जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
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 जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरवरधारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरवरधारी
यशोदनन्दन व्रजधन रञ्जन
यशोदानन्दन व्रजरञ्जन
यशोदनन्दन व्रजधन रञ्जन
यशोदानन्दन व्रजरञ्जन
यमुनतीरावनचारि जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
हरे राम
कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
जय राधा रस बिहारी राधे
Jaya Radha Ras Bihari Radhe.
जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण भक्त हनुमान सीताराम लक्ष्मण भक्त हनुमान
जय सीता राम लक्ष्मण भक्त हनुमान सीता राम लक्ष्मण भक्त हनुमान
जय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय
जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय
जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद
जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा
जय गुरुदेवा गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा
जय शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
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 नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
ततो जयमुदीरयेत्
जयमुदीरयेत्
नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके
भगवते उत्तमश्लोके
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी
ॐ ज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपरकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथं वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले प्रभुपादातिप्रिय श्री गिरिराजाय स्वामिने सुभक्तनटराज बिहारिभ्यं भक्तिभ्यश्चात्मदायिने। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुलीनतारणं। हरे कृष्ण। So now we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 5. We are on Text 6. So this is the teachings of Lord Rishabhdev. You want to sit up there? There's a chair there. Fine. Oh, on the mat. Oh, you're okay. So this is Rishabhdev speaking about the karma bandhan. So just read a little bit before that. So when a person considers sense gratification the aim of life, he certainly becomes mad after materialistic living and engages in all kinds of sinful activity. Very risky. Even while being a pious person, we already discussed that. Even while being pious, we engage in some type of sinful activity. He doesn't know that due to his past misdeeds, he has already received a body which, although temporary, is the cause of his misery. And there is misery appear in all areas of life. Financially, in the family, in your physical body, right? Actually, the living entity should not have taken on a material body, but he has been awarded a material body for sense gratification. Therefore, I think it not befitting an intelligent man to involve himself again in the activities of sense gratification, by which he perpetually gets material bodies one after another. So we've spent half an hour now, we're discussing about giving education, right? Giving education from childhood. Here, Rishabhdev is speaking to his sons, right? So this is very much required to understand that we are not supposed to have a material body. The material body is the means by which we enjoy this world, but it is also the means through which we suffer the reactions of sinful deeds, right? So therefore we should be very careful how we deal with the material world. What do we do with our bodies, right? But if that education is not given, see, Prabhupada keeps on saying this. Why is it that the youth are not interested in studying? Because from childhood they have not been taught. In the schools it's not taught, so therefore it's not impressed upon them, right? So even though you could say in family, I see so many youngsters come, right? So many every morning, so many young boys, so many young girls are coming. How is it that they're coming? by nature. Right? By nature. It's just that it's in the gene, as we say, right? By nature, they're coming. But they know nothing about, nothing. You understand the difference?
Nothing about?
Shastra. They know nothing about Bhagavad Gita, nothing. But they are by nature pious. So they're coming. Right? Parabhavastavad abodha jatuh yavanna jigyasata tattvam yavat kriyastavad idam manuvai karmatmakam yena sharira bandha. As long as one doesn't inquire about the spiritual values of life, how will they inquire? They don't even know they should inquire, right? How will they inquire? One is defeated and subjected to miseries arising from ignorance. So one is defeated and subjected to miseries arising from ignorance. Be it sinful or pious, karma has its resultant actions. If a person is engaged in any kind of karma, his mind is called karmatmaka, colored with fruitive activity. As long as the mind is impure, consciousness is unclear. And as long as one is absorbed in fruitive activity, he has to accept a material body. So now text 6. Evam mana karma vasam prayunte avidyayatmanya padhiyamane pritena yavanmayi vasudeve namuchyate deha yogena tavat. When the living entity is covered by the mode of ignorance, he doesn't understand the individual living being and the supreme living being, and his mind is subjugated to fruitive activity. Therefore, until one has love for Lord Vasudeva, who is none other than myself, he is certainly not delivered from having to accept a material body again and again. So this mode of ignorance, right? So Prabhupada has set up this society in order to give knowledge, to remove people from ignorance. When the mind is polluted by fruitive activity, the living entity wants to be elevated from one material position to another. See, these days, nobody speaks about, going to heaven. Nobody speaks, right? Everybody says, let me get the next post. Right? That's the only thing they're aiming. Today I'm on this ladder, this is the rung, then I'm going to climb the next rung, right? Nobody is speaking of Swargalok, right? Generally, everyone is involved in working hard day and night to improve his economic condition. Even when one understands the Vedic rituals, he becomes interested in promotion to heavenly planets, not knowing that one's real interest lies in returning home back to Godhead. So it's like that. I don't know whether it's true, but it looks like some Indians, they believe that going to the West is like going to heaven, right? So I just heard this, girl, she's explaining what's her life. So she says, yes, she works only from 9 to 5. And then I think she's got the days off, Saturday, Sunday, so it's like no work. So everything is fine. Then she says, she started to tell the rest of the story. So she works from 9 to 5. But when she comes home, she has another work. Right? She's got the whole household work. Alright? And then Sunday, everything is closed. So she has only Saturday. One day only to do everything. Just everything. So that's the life. And then what you're earning and what you're spending. So it's like this. Even when one understands the Vedic rituals, so if by good luck you happen to hear that yes, there is a system by which you can get a better life. So what is the system? You read about the Karma Kandya, right? So the Vedic rituals. So you say, yes, let me go to heaven. So he becomes interested in heaven and he's not interested in what? Not in Golok Vrindavan, right? He wants to go to Swargalok. By acting on the platform of fruitive activity, one wanders throughout the universe in different species and forms. Unless he comes in contact with a devotee of the Lord, a guru, he doesn't become attached to the service of Lord Vasudeva. Knowledge of Vasudeva requires many births to understand. See? Knowledge of Vasudeva requires many births to understand.
But we come here after many births.
Yeah, Bahunam Janmanam Ante, right? Kono Bhagyavan Jeev. Savasudev Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudur Labha. After struggling for existence for many births, one may take shelter at the lotus feet of Vasudeva Krishna. When this happens, one actually becomes wise and surrenders unto him. That is the only path to stop the repetition of birth and death. So again and again I say the same thing. Do not underestimate the value of your seva when you are distributing books and when you are collecting donations. Do not underestimate this. Because this person, Bahunam Janmanam Ante, right? Maybe, see, for him to come to the temple, that itself is such a sukriti, right? And those who are not coming to the temple at all, if they happen to be your neighbor, right? This is how you become a good neighbor. Somehow or other you manage to get them to give some donation. Because Sri Prabhupada is explaining, after struggling for existence for many births, right? For many births, one may take shelter at the lotus feet of Vasudeva Krishna. How people just want to go to sleep and never wake up the next morning, right? Isn't it? How people are so much in that suffering. They just want to sleep and don't wake up.
But Mataji, that's the least suffering.
Sorry?
That's the least suffering when it comes to death. Many people suffer much more. But those who die in their death, they are like, it's like a sleep death.
No, I'm saying they just want to die. They're suffering so much.
Okay.
They're suffering so much, right? And the population of suffering people are increasing day by day, right? Isn't it? So, happy people, now we have to make a scale, right? Scale of happy people, scale of suffering people. When this happens, one actually becomes wise and surrenders unto him, because that person, if he gets that one book, alright, if at the time of his good fortune he opens that book, he may know that yes, I have a protector. I'm not alone in this world. I have a protector. So that is the only way to stop the repetition of birth and death. This is confirmed in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya 19.151. In the instructions given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Srila Rupa Goswami at दशाश्वमेधघात ब्रह्मानंद ब्रह्मिते कोनो भाग्यवान जीव गुरु कृष्णा प्रसादे पाए भक्ति लता बीज. The living entity wanders throughout different planets in different forms and bodies. But if by chance he comes in contact with a bona fide spiritual master, by the grace of the spiritual master, he receives Lord Krishna's shelter and his devotional life begins. See, maybe here in India we take it for granted because people just come, you give them books, you give them prasadam and then they join our classes, whatever. But elsewhere, people are actually seeking, for a guru. Giriraj Swami keeps on telling his story, how much he was looking for a guru, trying this one, trying that. Bhakti Swarup Swami also wrote in his book, actually looking out from this place, that place, till finally they managed to get that real guru. Text 7. Yada न पश्यात्यथता गुणेऽहं स्वर्ते प्रमाता सहसा विपश्चित् गता स्मृतिर्विन्दति तत्र तापम् असह्य मैथुन्यमगारमाज्ञ. Even though one may be very learned and wise, he is mad if he doesn't understand that the endeavor for sense gratification is a useless waste of time. Being forgetful of his own interests, he tries to be happy in the material world, centering his interest around his home, which is based on sexual intercourse and which brings him all kinds of material miseries. In this way, one is no better than a foolish animal. In the lower stage of devotional life, one is not an unalloyed devotee. Anya bilashita shunyam dhyana karmadi anavritam. To be an unalloyed devotee, one must be freed from all material desires and untouched by fruitive activity and speculative knowledge. On the lower platform, one may sometimes be interested in philosophical speculation with a tinge of devotion. However, at that stage, one is still interested in sense gratification and is contaminated by the modes of material nature. The influence of Maya is so strong that even a person advanced in knowledge actually forgets that he is Krishna's eternal servant. See, this is a very important point. Even a person who is what? Advanced in knowledge. Alright? So meaning we may be sitting and reading the book. We are reading, right? But we don't take it seriously that actually I am Krishna's servant. Right? And what is the result? What is the result? When I'm not interested in accepting Krishna as my master,
we end up to become master of senses. You end up doing material activities like that.
Entanglement.
This is someone in knowledge. This is someone in knowledge. Yeah.
He will not do any devotional service.
Yes. He will not be interested to go back to Krishna. He'll be happy to just be on the level of knowledge. Yes, I know I'm not the body, I'm soul. And most probably, he'll be detached from material environment also. Like he won't go partying, right? Isn't it? He won't go in parties. He may visit temple. He may give donations sometimes. but he will not be interested in serving Krishna, and therefore he will just maintain status quo as we see, right? Therefore, Bahunam Janmanam Ante, Jnanavam, right? This is what Prabhupada is explaining here. However, at that stage, one is still interested in sense gratification and is contaminated by the modes of material nature. The influence of Maya, alright? So what is it that's keeping him bound? The influence of Maya is so strong that even a person advances his knowledge actually forgets that he is Krishna's eternal servant. Therefore, he remains satisfied in his householder life. He's satisfied there even though he's suffering. Alright? He's satisfied there, which is centered around sexual intercourse. Conceding to a life of sex, he agrees to suffer all kinds of material miseries. Due to ignorance, one is thus bound by the chain of material laws. Text 8. Pumsa striya Pumsa striya mituni bhavanetam tayo mithori daya granti mahu. You don't have your book?
I'm very tired coming from the
Okay, so can you sit with somebody who has a book? Yeah. No, it's not fine. It's not fine. We are studying a book here, you know. This Unnati, she has just joined our office. So I've told her to come for the classes, you know, once. So translation. The attraction between male and female is the basic principle of material existence. On the basis of this misconception which ties together the hearts of the male and female, one becomes attracted to his body, home, property, children, relatives, and wealth. In this way, one increases life's illusions and thinks in terms of I and mine. Okay, you read now.
Translation purport. Sex serves as the natural attraction between man and woman, and when they are married, their relationship becomes more involved. Due to the entangling relationship between man and woman, there is a sense of illusion whereby one thinks, this man is my husband or this woman is my wife. This is called Hridaya Granthi, the hard knot in the heart. This knot is very difficult to undo, even though a man and a woman separate either for the principles of varnashram or simply to get a divorce. In any case, the man always thinks of the woman and the woman always thinks of the man. Thus, a person becomes materially attached to family, property, and children, although all of these are temporary. The possessor unfortunately identifies with his property and wealth. Sometimes, even after renunciation, one becomes attached to a temple or to the few things that constitute the property of sannyasi, but such attachment is not as strong as family attachment. The attachment to the family is so strong, is the strongest illusion. In Satya Samhita it is stated, Brahmane yagna avalkadya muchyante stri sahahina bodhayante kechana etasam vishesham cha vidhu. Sometimes it is found among exalted personalities like Brahma that the wife and children are not a cause of bondage. On the contrary, the wife actually helps further spiritual life and liberation. Nonetheless, most people are bound by the knots of the marital relationship, and consequently they forget their relationship with Krishna.
It's like the marital relationship like a martial. Marital relationship these days is a martial. They say men from Mars and women from Venus, right? Yeah, so Prabhupada is saying that attachment is there for everybody, even for sannyasis. Alright? Say that the sannyasi is also attached to his few possessions, right? Sometimes even after renunciation, one becomes attached to a temple or to the few things that constitute the property of a sannyasi. Alright? But such attachment is not as strong as family attachment. Alright? Anyway, so if not sannyas, at least vanaprasth. Alright? At least vanaprasth. Meaning that somehow or other we should engage in Krishna's service. We should, spend less and less time in family affairs. Right? See, it works like this. The children grow up, right? Then they become full of energy. Right? Full of energy. What do they want to do? They want to conquer the world. Right? That's exactly what we're discussing here. They want to conquer, enjoy, and try their best. What will they be able to capture? What will they be able to enjoy? Right? But the truth is that you have already done this. Isn't it? Before them, the parents have already done all this. And by the time you come to 50, you become wise. Right? Isn't it? You come to 50, you're wise. Why enter the more? Right? So the Varnashram system is that relax. Let go of this clutch over Maya. Right? Relax. They will have their own set of problems. We don't have to make the list longer. Right? They will have their own set of problems. But you have to just let them go and focus on Krishna. So this is sometimes it is found among exalted personalities like Lord Brahma that the wife and children are not a cause of bondage. On the contrary, the wife actually helps further spiritual life and liberation. Nonetheless, most people are bound by the knots of the marital relationship, and consequently they forget their relationship with Krishna. Text 9. Yada manoridaya grantirasya karmanubadho drida aslateta tata janha samparivartate sman mukta param yatyatihaya hetum. When the strong knot in the heart of a person implicated in material life due to the results of past action is slackened. So we can see here that this Hridaya Granthi, right? This strong knot in the heart of a person. Why does this happen, that knot? What is the cause of that knot in the heart? What is the cause? We are reading here.
Past action.
Due to results.
Results of his past.
The results, meaning that we've done it so much. So much we've done it, it became a habit in us. Alright? It becomes part of us. Right? So that's me, what I look at today, that's me, because what I have done in my previous lives, not one life. Right? My habit has become me. So when this nut is slackened, okay? What is the meaning of slacken? Loosen. One turns away from his attachment to home, wife and children. In this way, one gives up the basic principle illusion, I and mine, and becomes liberated. Thus, one goes to the transcendental world. It's possessiveness. My house, my children, my son, my daughter, and you, the in-law, you are not mine. Right? This is how we think. Right? The grandchildren are mine, the in-law. Right? This is how we think. When by associating with sadhus and engaging in devotional service, one is gradually freed from the material conception due to knowledge, practice and detachment. The nut of attachment in the heart is slackened. Thus one can get free from conditional life and becomes eligible to return home, back to Godhead. So how is this nut slackened?
Associated with sadhu.
What do they do? What do they do to us? How they slacken the
We get knowledge, we get mercy.
knowledge?
Practice and detachment.
Yeah.
Practice renunciation.
Knowledge, practice and detachment.
Okay. First thing is knowledge. We should be aware of where we are, right? Then practice. We don't want to do, still people come and be at the preaching desk. Please have program in your house. Please distribute books. You don't want to do it, but we keep on pulling. Then you become practiced to do it. Right? Otherwise your material life will just capture you. It's unending, right? Family duties is unending. However much you do, it's unending. So that time which is meant for self-realization is taken away. So the knot of attachment in the heart is slackened. Okay, so what should we do now? It's Sorry? Yeah, I'm just saying it's 5:20 now. If we get into it, we'll stop. All right, next time. All right, so we couldn't. That was just gathering speed, right? There's few verses. We're just gathering speed. Yeah. Sorry?
Life, in the translation, life due to the results of past action is life. So, how do we know that, in past life, whether I was a human being or someone else?
Whatever we may have been, doesn't matter.
How that reaction?
Sorry?
How does that reaction come in the present life?
It is cumulative effect. It's accumulation of so many lifetimes. Since time immemorial we are here, right? Since time immemorial the soul is in this material world, gathering one type of anartha after the other, right? Doing one thing wrong after the other. Doing good things also and doing bad things also, right? So we get the result of both. We get the result of good, and we get the result of bad, both.
Prabhupada has also said that once we start taking a sadhana or taking chanting, it doesn't nullify, but the effect is reduced.
Yes. Yeah, effect is reduced. So the suffering, meaning the suffering lessens, right? Suffering lessens. And see, at different times, different types of suffering comes to challenge you. Something that you have already given up, you have already forgotten, right? Suddenly it pops up in front of you, right? There's something still you have to work out, isn't it? Whatever challenge comes to us, there is some remnants of karma there that you have to remove. Is it true? Is it true? In whatever form it may be, whether it may be, with a family member, with your neighbor, with a servant, anywhere, wherever, government, right? You don't know, something just pops up. So as devotees, because we have understanding, we have knowledge, so we have to deal with it, and we have to depend on Krishna. We have to pray to Krishna, and we have to intensify all our sadhana, otherwise we just get dragged into it. Right? Is it okay? Alright. Alright. Yeah, this is such a huge topic, right? Past life karma, how it pops up.
In fact, if you see a horoscope, it's written there whether in the past life who were you. Just one, but whether you were demigod, you were human.
That is then Devgan, Manushyagan, Rakshasgan, that comes in the horoscope only.
Yeah.
That's what you are saying, no?
All right.
वृत्ति पता चलती है, इंट्रिंसिक